Okay, I have been so shocked by the most recent print-on-demand news. Printify has released their own AI image generator that is optimized for print-on-demand products, and they've made it 100% free. Midjourney has stepped up the game by now generating images in 4K high resolution, which can be printed as is. The DALL-E 3 image generator is now inside of ChatGPT, which, as you will see, makes prompting images way easier than before. Printful just released a huge update that makes their products dramatically cheaper. Oh, and Microsoft has been massively censoring AI art, which is leading some people to wonder if they are trying to destroy it. Seriously, the news is huge, and if you have missed it, don't worry, because I have rounded up all of the big news stories so that you don't have to. So let's get started by taking a look at Midjourney's incredible new feature that lets you generate AI images in 4K resolution that can be printed. Yes, so in my most recent news update, I said that Midjourney was probably quite scared because DALL-E had released their own amazing image generator and they went and made it completely free. Well, maybe it's DALL-E who is now scared of Midjourney because they just clapped back with this massive new feature, and it's really easy to use. So first come and generate an image in Midjourney that you want to use, and then click to upscale it. Once Midjourney has finished upscaling your image, you will now see new buttons letting you upscale the images even further. Currently, the most that you can upscale an image is 4 times, which will generate the image to be 4096 pixels by 4096 pixels, which is perfect for small to medium-sized products. Because for those products, you can literally just upload these images as is. Yep. So for example, if I wanted to sell this image on a phone case, I can now just upload it as is, and it's going to be printed in super high quality, and it's going to print really sharply. And I'll tell you something, print-on-demand phone cases can make a lot of money. Take for example these phone cases here on Etsy. Allure estimates that these have made over $100,000, which is pretty crazy. Personally, I don't know about you, but I am loving all of this competition inside of the AI image generating space. It means that they're all having to innovate to compete, which is great for us. And speaking of AI image competitors, Printify has now created their own free AI image generator optimized for print-on-demand products. Yes, I'm gonna be honest, I would never have guessed that they would do this. So Printify has gone ahead and they have released their own free image generator. Plus they've also added in an additional background remover tool for it as well. And something else that really surprised me is that they've made it free for everybody to use. You don't need to have a premium account. Just log in and come to the catalog and choose a product that you want to make an image for, and then choose which product variants you want of it if they have them. Then select the AI image generator, which is currently in beta. Then choose the style that you want your image to be in. And then, like other AI image generators, just describe what you want your image to be about, and then generate it. Printify will currently generate 4 different images for you, and all 4 of these images get saved into your history. And currently you get 15 free image generations a day, which effectively means then that you get 60 free images. And here are 2 important tips you need to know. The first is that Printify has added in a tool that lets you remove the background of their AI images. You get 3 free credits a day for this. And secondly, you may have noticed that the image says that it's in low resolution. Well, Printify has also built in a free upscaler too. So when you save the product with an AI image, Printify will upscale the image for you, even if it says that it's in low resolution. Which is really awesome because just like Midjourney now, Printify has removed the need to pay for an external AI image generator, and we all love saving money, right? And speaking of Printify, it reminds me of today's sponsor, me. Yes, I'm sponsoring my own video today to let you know that if you would like to learn my tips and tricks for creating high profit print-on-demand products using apps like Printify and Printful, then you should be sure to download a copy of my free ebook which shows you how I and others earn passive income every day with print-on-demand. You'll find a link to my ebook in the video description below. Plus, I also have a beginner-friendly video course, the Ecom Clubhouse, which shows you step-by-step my tips, tricks, and methods for researching, designing, creating, and then selling print-on-demand products to earn passive money. I'll also have a link to it in the video description. But for now, back to the news. And actually back to some Printify news, and that is that they have released some trendy new high profit products. And that is these calendars for 2024. District Photo has released a new calendar shipping from within the USA, and Primer Printing have released a new desk calendar printing from within Australia. And as I said, these can be high profit items. If we come, for example, over to Etsy, I noticed that custom wall calendars on here were going for around $30 to $40 with free shipping. Well, with the Printify subscription, you can currently buy these for $7.47 and shipping is an additional $6.29 charge, which, when combined, is $13.76. So if you have a selling price of about $30, that leaves you with a big profit margin, over 40%. And speaking of profits, Printify's biggest competitor, Printful, just got way more profitable by slashing the prices of their products. Yep, so a while back I mentioned how the print-on-demand app Printful had released their own Printful Growth membership as a closed beta program. When you joined this, you got big product discounts. I was in the closed beta and I loved it because it saved me a bunch of money. Well, Printful has now taken this out of beta and has released this to everybody, and the discounts you can get are huge. For example, take the Gildan 18,500. This is easily the most popular print-on-demand hoodie out there. With the Printful Growth membership, these start for as low as $17.75, whereas previously it would have been $20.75. Well, over on Printify, if you use my favorite print provider for clothing, Monster Digital, theirs start from $16.85 with a Printify Premium subscription. So Printful is definitely still more expensive, but it is much closer in pricing now, making it very competitive if you prefer using Printful and like their features better. And I'll tell you something, given that Printify's prices have admittedly been creeping up this year, thanks to inflation, I, for one, personally welcome any price competition. Although something that a lot of people are not welcoming is that Microsoft and DALL-E are now censoring a lot of their AI-generated images. Yep. So basically what happened is that over the past couple of weeks, Microsoft and DALL-E have added in a bunch of safety image moderation and censorship into their new AI image app, DALL-E 3, which sometimes makes the app unusable. As you can see from this recording that I made, when I asked DALL-E to make this image, it was banned, even though there was absolutely nothing wrong with my prompt. And honestly, people are getting annoyed at how many prompts are being blocked. Windows Central summed it up nicely when they said, Bing DALL-E 3 image creation was great for a few days, but now Microsoft has lobotomized it. And it's funny, when I put the same prompt into Midjourney, it saw nothing wrong with it and it attempted to make the image, even if it wasn't quite what I had been expecting. Microsoft has also added in a different type of censorship and moderation, and that is that they have started to block existing characters, people, celebrities, companies, and art styles from being included in prompts. So, for example, this person here was blocked from generating an image using two famous living boxes. Which again, when I put this into Midjourney, it had no problem with it and it generated an image for me just fine. And take this example here. People are currently blocked from asking Bing to create images in the Disney art style, which again, Midjourney has no problems with. If you give it that same prompt, it'll happily generate images for you. So it's a pretty controversial decision. Do you agree with Midjourney for allowing these sorts of prompts, or do you agree with Microsoft and DALL-E for moderating them and banning them? I'd be interested to know your thoughts in the comments. For me, personally, I will say at the very least that their image safety censoring is out of control. Luckily though, one of Microsoft executives did acknowledge this in a tweet and said that it was currently being overzealous in its moderation, so hopefully we will see some fixes soon, which is good because I'm actually pretty excited for DALL-E 3 to develop. Especially now that DALL-E 3 has also been added into ChatGPT and it's made it way easier to generate the exact images that you want. Yes, it's absolutely insane. DALL-E 3 is now in ChatGPT and it's honestly, in my personal opinion, revolutionized image prompting. And to show you why, let me show you an example. So to access it, you do need ChatGPT 4. So in here, come and select DALL-E 3. Then just type in what you want it to create. DALL-E will now, within ChatGPT, make images that you requested. Now, here is the part that gets interesting. You can go back and forth with ChatGPT and ask it to tweak the images that it's made. So here is an example, right? I started out by asking ChatGPT to draw me a vector of a dog walking down the road on a white background. Now, it did draw that, but it also included a lot of extra details like buildings that I didn't want. So then, I asked ChatGPT to please modify these images, and I explained to it which details that it had generated that I didn't want included. It then went and generated for me new images, but this time without the extra additions. With Midjourney, I would have had to have come and created a whole brand new prompt, but with ChatGPT and DALL-E, it's a collaborative process. I can take existing images like this and then request specific tweaks. It's a lot like working directly with a designer. So, you know, Midjourney does some things better than DALL-E, and DALL-E does some things better than Midjourney. And again, this competition is great for us because it's fueling so much innovation. And something else that I also think is really great is that DALL-E has indeed clarified that all of the images that you create with it using ChatGPT can be legally sold. So we're free to use this as much as we like for the merch that we create. Yay. So then, which AI image generator do you think is currently winning, Midjourney or DALL-E? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to catch up on my previous news update, I'll have a link to that video here on screen too. I'll see you in the next video.